Welcome to Red and Blue. Today we're going to look at five dream transfers for City and then for United. So obviously Ant's going to go through the City ones because if I did them, they'd be signing all League One players. But yeah, we have to try and keep this realistic. So over to you, Ant. Let's see who we've got first.
Okay, so first things first, expect a lot of defenders, obviously. If you watched our video the other day, you'll be expecting that already. So just gonna get straight into it. First player obviously I go for is excuse my pronunciation here, Laurito Martinez. We've been linked with him before. We've been linked with him recently as well. It's sort of been squashed by the club, but City like to do that. Phenomenal player. Obviously, he's got an eye for goal. I feel like he'd be a really good replacement for Aguero with him being Argentinian as well. Everything about him, he's sort of low centre of gravity, his just directness towards goal. He's sort of a proven player already, and he's so young. I think he's got to be under 23.
I think he's 22. I think. Or
And I feel like
23.
Jesus is ready to take that step, but he'd be really good competition for him to have in that team. Um, yeah, love to have him.
I love
Um,
how you said start with a lot of defenders and then we start with an attacker.
Well, I've got to start with something a bit different, and I expect just defence from here on out, pretty much. It's bar one. Anyway, I don't want to ruin it. Yeah, good replacement for Aguero. Obviously, with him, he's gonna be going soon. We know that. Although I don't feel like he's faltering. Great replacement for Aguero, and I think good competition between him and Jesus. Maybe they could play together. That's quite exciting, actually, in the future. So the next one I've got on my dream transfer list is Grimaldo. I've liked this guy ever since he was at Barca, to be honest. I've picked a horrendous picture, haven't I? Yeah, I've liked him
Yeah,
ever since he
definitely.
was at Barca. Obviously, I feel like Zinchenko's possibly either not going to play in that position anymore or not have a future at the club. I mentioned the other day about Mendy as well. I feel like he's just not worked out at all. Um,
Yeah,
this guy is a big game player. I've watched him play in Champions League games. He knows what he's doing. He knows what it takes. He's good on the ball. He's a pet player. He really is.
do you think he'll be able to make the step up from Portugal to England easily?
Yeah, I think he will. I don't feel like his mindset's dropped. Obviously, he was a bit unlucky at Barca. He was at Barca at a time when Jordi Alba was there. He was never really going to get in the team. He was really young as well. I think he left Barca maybe about 19. Did he leave? Maybe 20. So he stuck around for a bit, but obviously at that moment in time, Alba had that position. There was no sort of budging him. In the meantime, they brought in a few other players, which I actually can't remember who Barca brought in, but they brought in some more players in that position, and I reckon he just thought that's my time up, time
Yeah,
to get
probably.
some football and get some minutes.
Yeah,
Since he's moved to Benfica, he's one of their best players, one of the most important players. Yeah, again, he'd fit our profile, he'd fit into our team really well. He's got a good delivery into the box. He can defend, which is important. We seem to sign people who are really good at going forward, but then can't actually defend.
yeah.
And yeah, he's got a bit of experience behind him now. Big game player. I feel like it's the time for him to make the move, and I'd welcome him with open arms. And I think a lot of our fan base would say that as well.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely upgrade on Mendy and your other options at left back.
100%, yeah, and he's been at a big club, like Barcelona once before, so I feel like his mentality is going to be sort of woven into his fabrics of his being.
Well, I mean,
In that he's
Benfica's still a big club. I know it's only Portugal, but it's one of the big three in
exactly, and he's
Portugal, isn't it?
also got a few friends. Obviously, he played there when Edison was there,
Yeah.
so hopefully Edison might be able to do a little bit of agent work there and sneak him in the back door. Fingers crossed. I'm not sure what his contract's looking like at Benfica, but yeah, it don't matter to
I'd
us.
imagine you can offer him more.
We're
I'd
we're
imagine you
we're
can offer him
City.
more.
We'll just turn up with the wage the blank checkbook and say, go on then, how much is it? If we really needed to, that's what we'd do. So yeah, great option for left back there for us, I feel. And I would put him down as a sort of a dream signing for me. Watched him for quite a while now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, the next one is centre back position. With the departing, well, looking like he's going to depart, he nearly did last summer, Otamendi. And obviously Stones is possibly, the time is ticking on him, time's up. De Ligt would be a perfect replacement for him, for these players that are going to be going. Yeah, he speaks for himself. We saw him when he played at Ajax. Unreal player. He's a leader as well already at such a young age. What is he, 20? And he's already a
Yeah.
leader. He's very vocal. again, good on the ball. Feel like he'd fit our billing. For me, as a City fan, he's got something about him in the box. He's a tall player. He's going to win a header, which for us is unseen. I mean, when we get a corner now, I think I said when we were at that
Short or
West Ham
nothing, innit?
game, didn't I, the other week? I said we may as well just give him the ball back. We may as well just give him a goal kick. And then ironically,
Didn't you score from a corner?
ironically, Rodri scored from that corner that I said that on when we got it, which is just typical. Yeah, great player in the air. He's strong as well, and he's got a lot of years ahead of him. If he's this good now, can you imagine how good he's going to be in a few years if he carries on?
Struggled a bit at Juve though.
He has struggled a little bit, hasn't he? I think it's a bit of a weird place to play. It's a little bit like a Real Madrid sort of team, in it, where the fans have got such high expectation and they don't really stick with the team when they don't do so well. They sort of turn on them instead. So I feel like with the backing from the right fan base, which he's definitely would be coming to the right place there, and the sort of the leadership at the back. Having said that, he's playing with Chiellini at the minute, won't he? He'll be playing with Chiellini and
or Bonucci.
Bonucci, that's the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the move came at the wrong time for him. But in my opinion, the Italian league isn't really that competitive. That is just my opinion, but it's not. I feel like a
really.
Premier League team is where he's going to need to be at some point, and I think he'd fit our team absolutely perfectly with the right mindset. Again, like I said, good on the ball, good in the air, which is important for us, and he's strong as well. We've not got that many sort of big, sort of physical players.
I remember when we played Ajax in the Europa League final, and he was really good in that game.
Yeah.
He impressed me a lot, and obviously we were linked with him last summer, and I thought we were going to sign him. Obviously, we didn't end up signing him. He went to Juventus, and we settled for Harry Maguire. I don't know if he would have done better coming to an English club. I'd like to think so, but
to be honest, I think for you guys, if you'd have signed De Ligt, it'd have been a bit more of a risk, and a risk that you guys don't really have the flexibility to take at the minute. So I think you did the right thing signing Maguire, because obviously he's Premier League proven quality.
Yeah.
So that's possibly the right move. But De Ligt, I'd definitely have him.
Pay me to see him to go City, to be fair.
1,000,000%. Him and Laporte at the back, I feel like there'd be a good partnership there, obviously. Laporte
It'd
being
last a few years as well,
26, I think he is now, Laporte. 26, 27, sort of coming into his prime, and then De Ligt sort of coming up and looking one way and seeing, Pep managing him would be great. Having Edison behind him, who's a nuts but great keeper, and then Laporte next to him, I feel like he's learning from the right sort of people there, and he'd be in a team with a lot of quality around him and the right fan base and the right sort of family attitude of a club. It'd be brilliant. Moving on. This guy's pretty versatile. He can play left back or centre back, I believe. I didn't know that until Nick mentioned it before. But I'd predominantly like him in the left back position. There's a little bit of competition for Grimaldo, as we saw earlier in the video. I feel like we're going to have a little bit of a sort of haulage of left backs in the summer, if I'm being honest. And I feel like this guy would be fit to step up to the bill. He's one of them players, a squad player. He plays a lot for Bayern. Again, another player that's really good with the ball. He can pick a pass. He can put a ball in the box. He can get forward. He can get back. He can defend and get into the nitty-gritty side of it. He's strong. He can win the headers. And all these things that I'm saying are things that we don't really have at the back now, or have in the team, really. So I feel like he'd be really important for us, even to step in as a centre-back, maybe as a backup.
I think you need two centre-backs, to be honest.
You see, I know I mentioned this in the video the other day about Stones and Otamendi. I think one of them will stay. I do think one of them will stay. I don't think they'll just sort of clear everyone out and that'll be it.
I do think one of them will stay, but I still think you'd need two centre-backs. You need four really strong centre-backs.
Or maybe Howard Bellis is going to get a chance, or Garcia. Who knows? I mean...
Yeah.
They might think, instead of centre... Because Pep doesn't like loaning players. We know that from Foden.
No.
He only likes... Generally, if you get loaned by Pep, it normally means he doesn't like you that much. He's not that keen.
So you mean he's not going to play Patrick Roberts when he comes back from his...
Absolutely not. Why did we sign him? He has been around for so long. How much money has he taken out of our club?
Who's the other one you always send out on loan? Jack Harrison, the one you signed dodgily from the MLS.
Jack Harrison, Max Dick-Skird. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's Australian.
No.
He, yeah. Do you remember Daniel Arzani? Do you remember him?
You've still got him, because I'm sure on my FIFA career, on my Paris FIFA career, I was searching players in the Premier League, and Daniel Arzani was back at City. So
he's a cracking player. He's a cracking player. He was at was he at Brisbane?
I think he was at
Rolling on.
your sister club in Australia.
Which one?
You've only got one in Australia. You know,
Oh no,
so
I
you
mean
can.
around the world. We've got loads, haven't we, at the
All
minute?
right, yeah, the one in Australia, so you can like dodge taxes and that.
That's it. That's what it's all about. But no, going back to obviously Lucas Hernandez, yeah, great player. Obviously, he plays for Bayern, so he's got again that sort of big club mentality already. Um, and yeah, he'd be a good signing. I feel. He'd be like one of them sort of Danilo signings. It'd be like, oh, I'm glad we've got him. Do you know what I mean? Just it wouldn't be anything over the top, but yeah,
Mm.
it'd be nice. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I completely get you. You need a good squad, especially at the back,
Yeah,
which obviously has been your weak spot this season.
that's it. We've got depth everywhere really at the minute. I feel like obviously we've got that Rito Martinez that I mentioned at the start. Him and Gabby,
Yeah,
I feel like would be sufficient. We've got a few
but
players that can
Aguero will
drop in
still
up
be there
there.
next season, though.
Yeah, he will be there. Yeah. I mean, he'll either go to Independiente, and I've seen the rumours today again. He'll either go in not the end of this season, the end of next season, or it'll sort of be a case of he'll stay for a little bit, but his legs will start to go, like we've seen with Silva. Although to be
Yeah.
honest, I'm not seeing any signs of that yet with Aguero. He's in unbelievable shape, I think, for his age. Um, yeah. Anyway, let's move on from this one. Um, Finally, we've got Ansu Fati. I've not actually seen a lot of him play, if I'm being honest, but what I have seen has impressed me. Again, a very young player. I think he's 17,
16, 17, yeah.
16, 17. Obviously, he plays for Barcelona at the moment. Can't really see him letting him go, not permanently anyway, at the minute, before he's had his chance. But if we ever had the chance, I'd love to be able to sign him and see him in a
I
City shirt at
think
some
he
point.
won an award the other day that Mason Greenwood was up for, and it was like best teenager. I think Mason Greenwood came for third, and Ansu Fati won it. Now, yeah, obviously, Spanish league's a bit different to the Premier League.
Yeah,
He's doing really well for his age. I can't obviously criticize him. But I think like compared to what Greenwood had done, the numbers I think they just weren't adding up, and I think a lot of United fans were a bit annoyed at him for winning that award.
yeah.
But you can't hold it against the kid. He's obviously in a Barcelona team.
I
Uh,
feel like if he did come, he'd be one of them players that we'd sign, and it'd be one of them where
yeah,
everyone would go, "Whoa!" and then he'd get loaned out somewhere, and it'd be like, "Oh," and then he'd get loaned out somewhere else, and it'd be like, "Oh," and he might eventually come back and make some appearances and play, but he might not. It would be one of them. Do
yeah,
you know what I mean? It'd just be a bit weird. Like Zinchenko, he sort
yeah.
of he came in to the club very 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 young, and he was sort of loaned to PSV, and he was loaned here and loaned there and loaned everywhere, and he thought he's one of them players, he's never going to play for us. And then he came back and he played and he was good, and it was like, oh, it's worked. This is what it feels like for a loan to actually work. And I think the
It
same.
definitely be one.
I'm hoping the same happens with Angelino.
Yeah, this would definitely be one for the future.
Yeah, 100%. This isn't one for sort of the here and now. Don't get me wrong. I don't feel like this guy's going to be pushing, like the Sané's or Sterling's out of the team. But I feel like, down the line, definitely, I don't see why not. He couldn't sign for our club. Him and a few others, but we've limited ourselves to five. I could go on forever with these young players, but
Yeah,
we've limited ourselves to five.
yeah.
Um,
Got to try and keep it short, haven't
that's
we?
it. Short and sweet, not too long. Definitely not half an hour again.
No.
But yeah, so that's my 5 dream signings for City. Let me know what you think about those in the comments. If you think I've missed someone, or you think, God, why have you picked him? Then let us know, definitely. Oh, well, let me know. Don't let Nick know. Nick won't care.
No, definitely not.
Until next time, see you later.